Live, what's up? So I've been going for a little while, but this is, yeah, we bumped into this issue. That was kind of fun. But I'm working on this repo for those of you joining late or on YouTube. On this React hooks repo, it's part of epicreact.dev. And I'm not actually going to push this up to the main branch until after I re-record all the videos, but there will be a ts-main that you'll be able to look at and reference if you want to until I do get it re-recorded. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. And I'm just checking the typings on this use local storage state. So yeah, we're getting inference on that, which is sick because this is saying, okay, what's the type of the thing that you give me? That's what we're going to set as the TS state. And we're also going to get our use local storage options, which is going to set the state type, which actually I wanted to rename. That's going to be our T state. And so then serialize is going to be a function that accepts that T state and then returns a string. And deserialize will be, we'll take that string and return that T state. Oh, and I noticed, no. Let's see. Peter just mentioned this in the Discord, so I'm going to grab this link for folks to just make it easier. So there you go. Also, by the way, if you're on YouTube and doing live chat, I don't look at that because there are, yeah, it's just too much. So if you want to chat, feel free to join us on Discord. It's a good, fun place. With a code of conduct that is actually enforced. Okay, cool. So then we have our set state, and that's coming directly from our React use state. So actually state and set state are both coming from use state. And the state value itself is going to be inferred because we know that the default value is a function that returns the T state or its T state itself. And so, and then also deserialize is going to be a function that returns T state. So React or TypeScript knows, okay, so this function can only return T state. And because of the way that the TypeScript definitions for use state are defined, it says, oh, whatever this function returns is going to be the type for the first element of this array. So that's why we can get T state out of that. And that's why our set state is going to be a set state action with number. That is sick. Love that. Man, you know what's interesting is as I write TypeScript and or refactor JavaScript to TypeScript, I find myself adding a bunch of types in places where it could actually be inferenced. Like if I had just been going through this and said, oh well, yeah, of course I'm going to use state is going to be T state here. Then like same result, same end result, but I don't realize that this can be inferred. It would be really cool if TypeScript could tell me that like, oh, hey, by the way, did you know that this is inferred? I feel like the ESLint plugin has told me that before, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, there is a linter rule for that.
I'll have to check that because I thought I'd configured all these plugin.
It may not be in by default though, but I know there is a rule for that, and it's a very good one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, in the ESLint config, can't see dots. Oh, you know what? I am not using ESLint config can't see dots in this project because this is a create React app project, and so I am using React app, and so they do not have that rule enabled. Potentially, they don't even have that rule available. I'm not sure what whether they include this particular plugin or not. We can find out though. Let's see, install. Whoa. There we go. I'm looking for this. We'll see if that's coming under ESLint config React app. Okay, so they do have it under React scripts. So they have it, they just haven't enabled this rule. But that doesn't mean I can't enable it, at least for my editor. So let's go rules. And let's find the rule. Config. Wow, lots of config. Or rules. Where are the rules? I should look at the table of contents. Huh. Docs, linting. I need rules. Where are the rules? Plugin documentation. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, infer. No inferable types. Sick. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be TypeScript, ESLint. What is this? No. Shoot. Yes. Yeah, oh, there it is. ESLint plugin. Error or warning. Sometimes with the ESLint, when you change config, I notice you have to restart the editor. Is that the only one that's talking about inferring? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so if I make a function called sum a number and return a, and I say number, yeah, I should be getting a warning there, but I'm not. That's weird.
Can you go to the rules?
Yes.
Yeah, it's too long. The ESLint plugin in the middle is not needed. Just the middle path. When you compare it to the web page where they have all the rules.
Oh, yes. You're right. TypeScript ESLint / Thank you. I should be getting a warning, I think, when I have a rule that doesn't exist. So my next guess is that this isn't being used or something.
I don't think it covers like every single case. It covers like the simple ones, like when you like set it on assignment, but I don't think it covers everything.
Huh. Yeah, I would think that. Okay, so if I say const a number equals.
I think in that specific case with the function, yeah, in that specific case with the function, it's actually recommended to assign function return types for the sake of explicitly specifying an interface. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Well.
Probably same case there.
Yeah, probably. Interesting. Well, all right, that's fine. We'll just get rid of this. And actually, in the workshops, I don't want to have too many underlines for anything. And so I'm going to make sure that before I actually switch everything over to TypeScript, that that my compiler options are really loose. I did look it over and I made sure to disable strict, which I wouldn't recommend in a real app. I know, like you want to make it, whatever. I mean, people have differing opinions, but I'm of the opinion that strict should be enabled for apps. But for my workshop, I don't want it enabled for people who are not used to TypeScript. You should be able to benefit from TypeScript without having to be confused by it. So if you don't want to. So, okay, cool. Well, this is done. This was great. That was actually a lot of fun. The rest of this is probably going to be a lot more straightforward. Actually, no, we still have the Pokemon file. This one's got a bunch of stuff in it, so this could be fun. Okay, so now we'll just go top to bottom. Format date. This is going to take a date. Nice. And this will return a string. I can be explicit if I want to, but I'm not gonna. And then name is going to be a string for sure. Delay is going to be a number. And fetch Pokemon, this is complaining because it may be converted to an async function. It's suggesting that, oh, you could convert this to async. Man, let me just do my thing. I don't want it to be an async function. I don't want to use async await. I just want to return the promise, for goodness sake. But see, that's the thing, is I can't get rid of that underline. I guess because it's coming directly from TypeScript. Come on, TypeScript. I know what I'm doing. Anyway, this is going to return a promise. This is going to be Pokemon data. So let's make that. So we've got our ID is, I think it's a string. Boy, I better find out for sure, shouldn't I? Actually, you know what? I do know for sure because we've got a fake backend in here. And boom, look at that. So this is a Pokemon data example. We just grabbed that. So yes, this is a string. In fact, let's just do this. Boom, 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 boom. String. Nice. And then special is actually an array of these things. And damage is a number. Neat. Yeah. Okay, cool. Man, this is annoying. I wonder if there's a way to disable those tips. Because I'm like, I know how to write my JavaScript. Don't tell me how to write my JavaScript. I'm returning the, yeah, anyway. Disable. Yes, thank you, fellow GitHub user. When would you break special into an own type? That's an interesting one. So like, why don't I make a type called Pokemon attack? Oh, hold on a second. I think I missed something. So we got special. I guess they're all just special. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's what I'm grabbing. Yeah, so why wouldn't I just make this its own type as a Pokemon attack or something? I could do that. I guess I kind of see TypeScript types similar to regular JavaScript variables. And so the answer to the question of like, when would you break it up would be the same answer to when would you break up a JavaScript object. So if I were to make a const Pokemon data, and then I'd say my ID is whatever, and so on and so forth. Like, at what point do you say, hey, this object is too big, I guess, and so I'm going to split out different pieces, which is like the only time you do that is if you wanted to reuse one piece of it somewhere, and you didn't want to have to do something like Pokemon data like thing or attacks type attacks. Yeah, so if you didn't want to do that, then you just make this a type by itself and then reuse it in both places. So for me, if I wasn't ever doing any sharing, then I probably would never break it out into its own type. I think maybe I would, but I don't think I ever would. So that's a fun thought exercise. Okay, so let's figure out why this is. Okay, well, that's just with VS Code. I don't want to disable VS Code. I want to disable it from TypeScript. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thumbs up to this suggestion. Hold on a second. What? This is a VS Code issue hidden in the TypeScript repo. That's what this is. Was this moved or something? Diagnostic. Oh, here we go. Yes, I like this. Yes, thumbs up. I wonder if anything came of this. Yes, thumbs up. Except not thumbs up, because like if there was progress, they would have mentioned it here. This is just more noise, but 27 days ago. Yeah, no dice. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna have to learn to ignore this, or I can let TypeScript convert it to an async function for me. What does it do? It says, let's get the response, await that. Oh, it converted like all of this to async await stuff. Well, okay then. No, yeah, fine. I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's less indentation, that's for sure. So that's a plus. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess that's nice. All right. All right, TypeScript. You 1, Kent 0. Actually, not really, because this garbage, but whatever. Okay, so headers is angry because property delay is incompatible because it's not a string. Well, I'll tell you what, we can make that a string. And now it's happy. Okay, neat. Huh, fascinating. Why am I not getting warnings about other things not being typed? Oh, because I am not on strict mode. That's why. Okay, so let's go to Pokemon fallback. Okay, so I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to wonder if I should change the way that I write React components to React function component, so that I can get not only the props, but also the return value set for me.
It's actually recommended not to do that.
Oh, good, because I hate
Yeah.
it. Is it recommended just to do here are my types?
Yeah, pretty much.
So the only reason that I thought about doing it the other way is because then I automatically get the right return value. So if I had some sort of accidental, like if foo, then return 3 or something, I guess that's still renderable. But like, what if I did this? That's not renderable.
I mean, it'll catch it. It'll get caught at like usage too anyway, so.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Because it's going to be like, if I say UI equals Pokemon, info fallback. Now it's going to get angry because it's like, yeah, it can't be used. Oh, sick. I'm super on board with this. Oh, I was like, honestly, this has been a stressor in the back of my mind. Like, oh man, eventually I'm going to have to start writing it like const thing because I hate this. But now I don't.
But now you can invoke the component just like a normal function, and you don't get the children type.
Oh, really?
So if you do if you just do Pokemon info fallback and call it like a normal function, that's possible.
Oh, I see. But if you do,
But if you do const Pokemon fallback, Pokemon info fallback, double.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
if
if
you
I
do
do
it the other
this,
way, yeah.
now this is going to get angry because.
Yeah, I think you've.
Props and content. No, because technically this is legit.
No, I think now it's getting crazy because you're in your function. So you have function Pokemon info fallback. If you delete that part and the thing and the props too. Yeah, that
Oh
needs
yeah,
to be
and put the type where it's
done.
supposed to go.
Yeah.
And then I say,
then it will be angry to when it's called.
no, it'll be fine, I think. This is just going to be a React element that I could console log or do whatever else I want to.
If you delete the second object.
That's weird. I would expect that second object to be required because that's the context object that that function components accept. Most people don't know this, but yeah, function components accept 2 arguments, the props and context, but they only actually get context if you're using the legacy context API. Ooh, a whole discussion. Thank you. So King Daro, should I start calling you Maple Leaf?
Yeah, sure. You can call me whatever, since there are some people who still call me New A.
Okay, I'll call you whatever then. Just kidding. This is interesting. Oh, it's just saying, hey, don't do this in the TypeScript template. Here are my arguments. Implicit children. Yeah, so how do you type children? I've typed it like 30 times and I do it differently every time.
Yeah, that's why I always use this with the function component. Then it's always right.
The quote-unquote correct way to type children in most cases is React node. But I think the argument made in that post, and I agree, is that you shouldn't want every component to accept children because not every component uses children in a meaningful way. And you probably want it to error if it doesn't, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so if I say, well, here, actually, we'll just do name Pikachu.
And then some components might accept like a single element for children, some accept like a function, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So I'd say, hey, actually, I don't accept children. I don't want this to be okay.
Right.
Yeah. That's a reasonable argument, but I'm curious what this does type children. Why is this children? Oh, I misspelled children. That's why. So I'm curious what this is typed as. Yeah, React node. Yeah, so if I needed it, then let's change all this around again. So function, Pokemon fallback.
Yeah. I put a link into the chat on Zoom.
Oh.
For functional overloads. And I think that could be used to type the function declaration, but I haven't tried it with React component yet. If
interesting.
Down in the second white box, there are some. So it's like intended for overloads, but it should be possible to.
So you mean to say like a function declaration could use React.function component? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, but now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, the whole function.
Yeah,
like only just the arguments. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody wants to make me like one of the happiest people on earth, okay, maybe that's going overboard, but I would be really happy if TypeScript added the ability to say, this module exports this interface. So like all of the exports in this module, like it's going to export like these properties and these functions and whatever. And that's what this module does. That would be really nice, especially for like Gatsby. That would be helpful for like all the meta frameworks that say, have a routing based on file structure and whatever. So you could just say, automatically type all my exports. That would be really sweet. Anyway, so here we're at children. We're going to say react.react node, and that is how you would type children. But then if I say, hey, actually, I don't accept children, now I'm getting an error. Yeah, that's cool. I actually like that. That makes tons of sense. And then I'm fine with this getting inferred. And if I were to make some sort of error and accidentally like return a function that returns JSX or something like that, that'd be weird. But if I did that, then this would warn right here. I wouldn't get the warning here, saying, hey, you didn't actually make a React component like you said, but I would get a warning. And this is unlikely to happen anyway. So yeah, this is good. Whew, I like that. This is how I type my React components. That's the way that I want it to, and it's the right way to do it. Hooray! Oh, good. Yeah, fallback, and then the Pokemon data view. Here we go, Pokemon. This is going to be our Pokemon data. Booyah! Nice. I'm going to get a warning here because the ID is missing. Huh, that's interesting. I'm surprised I didn't give it the ID. ID loading Pokemon. And what else is wrong here? Attack special. Oh, because I'm missing damage, I think. Oh, damage. Ooh, is the damage not a number? I think in my backend, damage is a number. But here I say it's a string XX, and that's actually in the videos. That's the way it looks, the way I like it. Amber, I just noticed your chat here in here. What if you aren't calling it directly like in Remix or Next.js page component? You're talking about the TypeScript module interface thing I was talking about? Oh, yeah. That's a good point, actually. So Emmer is saying, hey, what if you have like a export default function my page, and this is like for Remix, Next, and Gatsby, all of them do this, and you end up returning some function that returns some JSX instead of JSX. So like we get an error when we do this, but we're not the ones rendering this. React or Remix or Next or Gatsby are going to be the ones doing this, and we probably won't get any type checking for that because they have that all behind some build tooling and stuff. So yeah, that's a fair point. That's going to fail at compile time though. So it's yeah. For Gatsby, it would fail at compile time. For Next and Remix, in a server-side rendering, I think that would fail at runtime, which is why we have TypeScript. And so this is where having a module interface, like this module exports this interface, would be super, super useful, because then you could say, yeah, and it exports these functions, and it has a default export that is a React component, and then you'd be golden. So yeah, that is, yeah, my preferred mechanism would not save me from this. But again, this is really unlikely that I would make this mistake to return something that's not renderable. So I think we're probably safe. But that's a fair point, Hammer. Thank you for bringing that up. That's interesting. Okay, so let's see. What am I going to do about this? Well, I could change the type to a string. I never actually use it like a number. And so even though it technically it's actually a number, I could just say it's a string. I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I could transform it right here to say, you know, Pokemon data, and go through all of those things to turn that from a number to a string. Probably best for fallback Pokemon data to annotate it. Oh, you mean to say like as number? Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm not sure what you mean, Tom. Sorry. Tom is typing. Oh. Yes, that's true. I could be more explicit, but I don't know. Well, yeah, more helpful errors is always a good thing. Aha, fetch.stat loading, where I defined fetch.stat. Oh, actually, we monkey patch fetch.stat. So I didn't add that in our what's it thing here. And actually, I think I need to do a little bit more work on this function because I also have a rejection. And do we get, no, we don't. How do I say that this promise can reject and what the type of the rejection would be? Boy.
I actually don't think you can.
That's stupid. Dang it. Promise rejection type. Huh. Somebody literally wrote that as a Stack Overflow question. This issue doesn't have different types for fulfilled or rejected. Any argument doesn't affect. It can't be typed better. Interesting. Well, fascinating. I still think it's stupid, but you can think that things are stupid without thinking the people who made them are stupid. I do not think that they are stupid. Just the state of the world is stupid. That's sad. Use ethers instead of rejections. Yeah, I've heard of ethers before. Okay. And yes, Tom, there is a short delay. If you want to get rid of the delay, you can come to the, well, you are in the Discord, you're chatting in the Discord, but scroll up a little bit and you can join the Zoom and then you won't have a delay like you do on YouTube. Anyway, I'm going to add this fetch stat to our type here. And I do a string. Yeah, string. So Pokemon right here is any. Man, I forgot that you cannot do this. This is also stupid. I don't know why you can't do that. So yeah, that's annoying. Let's say data. And we're going to need to wrap this. So now, oh, right, wait. Back it up, back it up. This is going to be an object that has data, has a Pokemon. That is the Pokemon data, and this is optional. It might not exist. Wait, data might not exist, I think is what this is saying. Can't remember when that ever happened, but I suppose it's possible. So there we go. Oh, right, and it could also have errors. And this is, shoot, I just need to go to React fundamental, or no, hooks. We'll come here and take a look at the network. Oh, I need to update MSW, my bad. Hopefully it still works. Okay, so we've got this thing. Okay, data errors is an array of objects that have message. Array of objects that have a message that is a string. This is going to be my type JSON response. Boy, hate that, but okay.
Would it be possible to add between the curly brace and equal sign?
Do you mean like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Yeah, that's better. I like that better. Thank you. Okay, cool. And then, and actually, technically, this Pokemon data will not have the fetch stat. So I would want to omit that. And I think that's built in now. Omit. Yeah. Omit. See, there it is. T. I know that means type, but what is K? Is K like Kent? Or maybe it's cool with a K, or it's probably key. But I mean, come on now. Why can't you just say key? Just type it out. K-E-Y. Ah. Key extends string or number or symbol. So the key that you want to omit. So I want to omit out of the type Pokemon data, the key of fetched at. And that is going to be my type. But then I want to monkey patch it so that I can turn this Pokemon into a thing that has a fetch stat. So that's interesting. Hold on a second, just responding to somebody in Discord really quick. Okay, sorry, and I just noticed Frenies, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, sorry. Saying untyped reject is often just a throw in an async function, and since everything can always be thrown everywhere in JavaScript, you're gonna have a 100% type guarantee. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, because I could say, hey, this throws this type of thing, but it's like, well, I mean, technically it could throw any type of thing because throwing is just a thing. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, monkey patching object assign. Yeah, all right, we can do that. Object assign onto the Pokemon a fetched at property that is a formatted date. Yeah, and then, so that's where things get tricky because then we're like, well, but now this Pokemon is a real Pokemon data. See, and the reason that I want to do the omit is so that anybody coming in here and they're like, oh, well, let's find out what the Pokemon fetched data or fetched at whatever with omit, then that's not going to work because it's like, well, now technically that doesn't exist yet. But now I need to be able to say, hey, this now has that fetched at property. And so this is going to be my Pokemon or complete Pokemon data. Then I can return that. So that works technically. Man, TypeScript sure makes me more verbose. I hate it, but it's okay. Yeah, and I guess I could return it. I wonder if TypeScript would understand that. Return. Huh, yeah, it's okay with that. Add fetched at. Yeah, that's cool. All right, we'll go with that. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for the word that's like as a like helper, fetched out helper. There we go. Okay, cool. So then it's getting mad because errors, I'm saying, is optional. Does not exist on Pokemon on object that has
be inside data.
It should. Oh yes, thank you. That is right. There we go. Thank you. Y'all are the best. Thank you for that. So now let's see. We've got our Pokemon data. It's got its fetch stat. We've got the damage. We're faking that as a string. It's actually a number. Pretty positive it's a number. Coming back here. Actually, this is coming from my mocks anyway. Yeah, it's a number here, but I'm like 90% positive that this actually is a number when we use the production API. So here, let's go back. We'll just see for sure. Actually, I think we should be able to see the type. Yeah. Yeah, it's an int. See, I don't like not being correct. This is a number. There's no getting around it. It's a number. So we could say -1. And then if it's less than 0, then otherwise. Yeah, I pretty much hate that. But it's more correct, so. It's a number, by golly, it's a number. So we're gonna make it stay that way. Okay. Man, don't like it, but it's better than not being correct, so. Okay, so then we are good on that one. Man, typing React components, that's actually not that bad. It's all these fancy utilities and stuff. That's the tricky stuff. Higher order components, that's not fun. Yeah, I don't want to. I spent like 3 days trying to type a really simple, well, I thought it was simple, higher order component that basically allowed you to do, what did I call it? I can't remember what I called it, but it was like a styled sort of thing that instead of passing CSS, you would call it and you'd give it, here's my type, and then you'd give it a list of class names like button, danger, and button big or whatever. And then that would give me back a button styled component. Typing that, that was garbage, because then you're like, oh, but I have a special link component that I want to style in this way. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, how do we make sure that this link button has all the props from the link? And then like, it's the worst. It was the worst. I hated it. It was the worst. I'm so glad we don't do HOCs anymore. Okay, so Pokemon form, we've got, this is not complaining because I don't have strict mode on. So we're gonna say my Pokemon form props. We've got Pokemon name is gonna be a string. Initial Pokemon name is a string. On submit is gonna be a function that is called with a Pokemon name. So it's gonna get a new Pokemon name is a string, and it returns void. We don't care what it returns. We don't use it. So actually it could return any. I don't care. Yeah, I want to make it so that folks using this don't have red squigglies if they're not doing anything wrong. So it's less important that we're like making sure that consumers are using things right, and more important that we're just giving a little bit of help. Don't want any there. Tom, tell me why. Why don't I want any?
Because people that consume your component will maybe think they.
Here, let's do. I'll try it out and see. So we've got our Pokemon name.
It's technically not wrong to use any, but for a function where like you don't intend to care about the return type, void is the more standard thing to use.
You might get something like if you TypeScript might infer that any result from that thing, and then you could potentially use that in a bad way inside your component.
So you mean inside of the Pokemon form component, I could actually potentially use, or I would see that somebody returned a string, and so now I'm going to call trim on it or something.
Yes.
But then not everybody's doing that, and so then we're in a world of hurt. Yeah, so I would agree that normally that would be the case. For me, what I want to avoid in the workshop is somebody coming around here and doing something like an arrow function, and they say Pokemon name, I don't know, do thing with the Pokemon name, and that maybe that returns a promise or
So I
something.
think unknown might be the right thing to put there, which is like you can put anything into it, but no one can take anything out of it without explicitly checking. So if you're using inside where you were previously doing .trim, you could kind of defensively unpack that if you wanted.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. So, that's interesting. So if I go unknown,
I think that's right. Maybe wrong.
No, that sounds right to me. But if I switch it to void, this is what I wanted to avoid. No pun intended. So here I'm saying on submit is this function that implicitly returns do thing, which should return a promise. But I would expect to get a warning right here.
I think what you're saying is right. I think you've got some fairly loose settings, haven't you?
Oh,
so
yeah.
it might just be that. I think what you're saying is correct.
Okay, so it's because I have things set to loose. So if I did unknown, then I'm still going to be in trouble. Okay, so yeah, if let's go with what I think people should do, which is actually, you know what, unknown is fine. Yeah, that way people can do this, and I'm just saying I don't care if it's void. I'm just not doing anything with it, and so you can return it all you want. I don't care. Yeah, this is even outside of a workshop. This is what I think I'd be happiest with. So.
I just tested it, and apparently even under strict settings, void still lets you return anything. So I think that's still the way to go.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, because void it's basically like a slightly stricter any. It lets you return anything, but it basically says, I don't care about the return type, or I don't intend on using it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've got to
Yeah.
play around with that. So if I've got function sum is, or whatever, a is a number, and
This
then
is like the most pedantic sidetrack, but
no, dude, this is what we call nerd sniping. I'm in it. I'm on this. Okay, so then if I say, or here, let's actually accept a function, and this returns void. So then if I call sum with a function, or here, let's do a function foo return blah, and I call sum with foo. Huh, fascinating. That is not what I expected. But so all that this definition right here does for me is it says that if you call function and try to do trim on it, you're going to get a warning because you said that you aren't going to do anything with it.
right.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
I think your sum function in that case, if you return something from that now, it won't allow that.
Oh, yeah,
Shouldn't let you return from it. It shouldn't.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Yeah, that's
because fun returns void there. So if you returned like something else, then it should complain.
Yeah. So okay, so that's interesting. So if I said trim here, even though that would technically work at runtime, it's not going to work here because you said that sum is going to return void. Yep. And even though you are returning a function which actually does
that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Huh. That's fun. Okay, good. Yeah. So let's go with void. I'm all over that. Thank you. Cool. So let's keep on rolling. We've got handle change is saying, hey, yo, I'd like to have some sort of type here. And that makes sense to me. So this is, oh yeah, handle change was always weird, but I want a synthetic event. This is going to be a change event, which actually there is no change event type. And so it's just a regular old event, except I can't remember. Is this the first argument to this generic is the element? So we're going to say, I think it's an input. Hold on a second. I need to find handle change. Yeah, it's the input. So HTML input element. And then, man, why can't I get that thing to pop up again on demand? This is what I have to do every time. I'm like, okay, so I want this to pop up on demand. Anybody know how to make that work?
Control space.
Yeah, when I do that, if I make it go away and then I hit control space, now it's doing autocomplete. And it doesn't, yeah, man, that's super annoying. Yeah, okay, anyway, HTML input event or element, and then the event is just a regular event, so we don't need to provide that. That's the default. And then hovering synthetic event. Yeah, that helps. Thank you. Except for this weird thing that VS Code started doing where it's like, you cannot move or I will make this thing disappear on you. Boy, I hate that. That's weird. I keep feeling like that's a bug, but it's been months now. So I wonder if that was a feature that, I don't know. Anyway, so now this is where things get funny because I said it's an input element. And so target should be an input element, but it doesn't have a value. And I think the reason is because this is a synthetic event. And so target is, it's possible that this event could get, what's it called? Put back into the event pool, the synthetic event pool. And so then you wouldn't have access to the target value anymore. But I don't think, I feel like I'd get a red underline for, on the target for that. So I wonder if I do event e.native event target value. No, still nothing on that. So yeah, I don't know why I'm getting a red underline on value because the event target should be the type that I provide here. That's what I would expect.
This is actually one of my favorite things to like talk about. So like the reason why that's event target is because of event bubbling, right? So like it can technically be any element. So change event is the only event that has this exception where target is the actual element you want.
Really?
So if you change it from synthetic event to change event, it'll give you target as the element that you typed.
So if I change it from a synthetic event to a regular event?
A change event.
To a change event.
React change event.
Oh, React change event. Oh.
But in every other case, you want to use event.currentTarget because that's the actual element that the event handler is attached to.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. In fact, the React types, the type definitions, they have a comment explaining this whole thing.
Really? If you can find that, I'd love to see that comment.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah. HTML form. Oh, nope. HTML form element. So then if I say e.target, I would expect this to be a form element. And therefore, I can do elements. But it doesn't exist on event target. But if I do current target, what the freak? No way. Okay, so current target. I do know about current target, but I always used target, and I guess I misunderstood.
Like target is actually wrong 90% of the time.
Target is wrong 90% of the time?
Yeah, straight up.
I thought that, hold on. I need to correct my understanding of this then.
Maybe the squiggly line was about unused expression, not about the wrong type.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I was taking a look at this right here. So this is correct. But I'm just like, what? Element to which the event handler has been attached. Okay, and I want that one as opposed to event target, which identifies the element on which the event occurred. Okay, so if I'm doing like event delegation, wait a second. Oh, this only works with synthetic events because if I go e.native event.current target, then that's going to be whatever the delegated DOM node was, which I think in React 17 now, I can't remember if they implemented that or not, but is the root element.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Okay, I've got to play around with something really quick. So if we, let me just test something out. Okay, I've got to get rid of this. And I finished researching all of that stuff. Oh, I'm still doing that one. Okay, so let me fork this guy. And we're going to say div, or heck, we'll do a button. Click. On click log. Console log e dot, or here, let's do target e dot target, and current target e current target, and then n target. So this is the native event target, native event target, and then n current target is the e native event current target. All right, let's take a look at this. Wait for all this DevTools nonsense to load. My goodness. All right, there we go. Yes, go away, all of you nonsense. There we go. And I'm in the wrong thing. Here we go. Nope. Okay. We're going to go like this. I want that button. There we go. Now I'm in the right context and I can see my logs. Okay, so the target is the button. Okay, current target is the button. That is and this is the synthetic event current target. But the native event current target is the div and that's where React is doing its event delegation. Yes, that's what I thought. Wow. So because of React's synthetic event system, they say, hey, yo, we're going to pretend like the current target is the one that you put your prop on, but it's actually our event delegated one. So just nobody look too carefully or closely at this. Maple Leaf, I like your comment in Discord there. That's funny. I like nerds being nerd sniped. This is how I learn stuff. Sorry, what was that, Peter?
Could you insert another element inside the button to see what are the targets and native targets?
Yeah. Sure. So like if we put a span in here or something. And then here we'll do, actually, let's make it super clear what we're clicking on. So not in span and then span. So then if I click on not in span, that should just be the button. If I click on the click thing, that would be the span. And so the target here, or the current target, is going to be the button. That's the thing that I put the onClick event handler on. The end current target, the actual current target, is actually the div where I mounted my React app on. And then end target, the target in either case is where the event took place, and that was on the span. Oh man, yeah. So taking this back to where we got started, with a handle change, we actually, let me think about this. So what I want to do is I want to say synthetic event input element, and I want to say the element where I put the onChange handler for. So yeah, so that would be the current target, and that would be value. Snap. Now, you wouldn't do this if you were putting this onChange handler on the form and you just wanted to handle all changes for all elements in that form. And then you just say, okay, which one did it fire on? Then you do target. But then TypeScript would be correctly warning you because it's like, I don't know which one of the elements it came from. It's just, it came from a thing. So you're going to need to cast it or do some sort of checking or something. Oh, fascinating. The event current target is almost always what you want to use, like almost always, not target. Yeah, the only use case for target is when you say, I'm going to put a handler on this parent. Like it's really when you are doing your own event delegation. And the only reason you do that is to save yourself on some typing. Not like TypeScript typing, but like physical typing. So save yourself on characters. Uh-huh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Huh. Yeah, this is fascinating. Oh, that's so interesting. This is a tweetable moment from Kent C. Dodds. I never tweeted that thing that we saw earlier. Okay, so the moment is most of the time, or in React event handlers, most of the time when you're saying event target, you probably should be using event current target. This is especially useful with TypeScript. Maybe I'll blog on why in the future. Wow. Maple Leaf, I keep wanting to call you King Daro, but did you change your Twitter handle from King Daro? I've seen you on Twitter, but I can't remember what your handle is now. Hey, I'm Maple Leaf. Leaf. There you are. +1. Prepare your notifications. This probably will get a handful of favorites. I don't know. I never really know. Sometimes things really blow up and I don't get it. But wow, that's fascinating. Yeah, that's true. And here we go. So this is what I do. I go beep, beep. And that's, yeah. When I do that, sometimes I'll come back and look at replies and stuff. It just frees up my notifications. Okay, cool. This is really interesting. I am just blown away. I am blown away. I am blown away. That is so cool. Yep. Man, you know what's sad is like the number of people that I've taught how to handle events from form elements is not small. And so, you know how like when you make a boilerplate and you have like 100 projects that are on that boilerplate, and then you decide, oh, I need to change the way I do something. I have to go into all 100 of these projects to change the way I do that thing. Boy, that's the worst. And then you're like, how about I do a toolkit instead? And so you make this toolkit, PayPal scripts, and now you are using it on all of those. And if you need to change anything, you just change it in the toolkit, you upgrade those, and they're done. That's kind of like what teaching is. When I've taught thousands of people how to do this, and it's not wrong, and it works great. I've been doing it for years. I wouldn't teach it if I didn't know it was great. But then there's like this one little thing that I want to do that's like, this is actually better. And now I can't just like all of a sudden upgrade all of their brains to know what I now know. That's the sad thing. Yeah, exactly. I need to stand up. Oh, what's up there? Sebastian, how you doing? I don't know if, you must be on the YouTube live stream. It's good to see you. Sort of, however, yeah. Anyway, we're going to keep moving. This was great. I really learned something valuable here. Current target. And this is awesome because actually, if I open up React fundamentals, I did the TypeScript migration on this one recently. And hold on a second. Oh, man. I need to fix the, I thought that I already did this. The terminal needs to be on the right side. Terminal. Yeah, it needs to be on the right side. Save that. Right. Huh, that's weird. All right, whatever. We're gonna try and reload this thing. Reload. Nope, no dice. Whatever. I don't need the terminal right now. Go away. Okay, so in, I think it may have been here. Yeah, I ran into a problem on this one, but I guess I got it fixed. Oh, no, this is the ref one. I needed to do something funny. Oh yeah, I guess I never even did this one. So to type this properly, it'd be React synthetic event. This is an HTML form element. Boy, shut up, my goodness. Oh yeah, I need to figure out a good way to type form, what is this called? It's an HTML form. Oh yeah, if we do current target there, ha. So this should be HTML form controls collection. I need to be able to type that so that it knows that I have a username input right here. Yeah, I got to figure out my favorite way to do that. No, Sebastian, you're doing it okay, but you could do it better if you join the Zoom where everybody else is in, and then you don't have a delay. But most people just watch the live stream because they don't want to join the Zoom, and that's fine. Wait, I feel like there was somewhere else though that I was doing something. I think I had a change event. Yeah, here it is. Boom, right there. Watch this. So now instead of target, I can do current target. Yes, this is great. I am happy about this. Booyah. And here's how I'm typing form control collections is I'm extending the form control collection, and then I add properties for all of the elements. And then and then that actually works. I think that's probably the direction I'm going to go and recommend. But if anybody knows a better way to do that, then please let me know. But now here I can also do current target. Oh my gosh. Yes. Sweet glory. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. So then the only other thing that I would need to teach people is, I never have done this. No, I have done this before, but I haven't done it much. But sometimes I've seen people do like, here's a field set, or maybe even just the whole form. And they put an on change on the form, and that'll handle changes to any field. And then they say set state, my current state, and we'll combine the current state with the event target name. And we'd say name and value. But then with that, you couldn't use the current target because the current target would be the form. You'd have to use the target, in which case you'd have to cast it to an input element, or not cast it, but you do an instance of thing. Yeah, that would be an interesting exercise, or maybe extra credit for this one. I need to make a note of that, actually. React fundamentals, GitHub issues. Make extra credit for multiple, or handling multiple fields with form level on change. So yeah. Man, I don't want to spend the time typing it, but if I don't, then mostly because I'm sick and tired of seeing this thing pop up. Let's undo or redo. There we go. Maybe this will help me remember. I don't want to type it out. Anyway, it'll be something like that. Okay. Yeah, this current target thing is the bomb. I love that. Yeah, here's a pro tip. I'll just tweet this one out, actually. Let me see if I can make this minimal. Get rid of this thing. For goodness sake, let's just do all of this, and I'll tweet a link to this file. Commit improve form types.
Friday afternoon.
All right, sweet. And we're gonna go, oh, I am on TS main. We're gonna go to, which file was this? 602.062. And we'll go like this. Here's how I type HTML forms so I can access form elements. You know what? Let's just do the whole thing right here, so they can see the whole thing. There we go. Yago just asked, so current target is the one handling the event, and target is the one that fired the event. That's right. Yeah, I think that's a good summary of this. And then because React uses event delegation, the one that actually handled the event is the one that they attached all their event handlers to, but they give us a synthetic event that has the current target being the one that we have it set to. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, Sebastian, Maple Leaf mentioned that there was a comment that explained all of this. Yeah, boy, I learned something here. It's awesome. Okay, so extend. Oh wait, no, that's what I want. And form element. And poof, you get typing without casting. Okay, and this, we're gonna do a hard link because I may change it in the future. And then username form with a few TypeScript interfaces. Let's see, username form code the linked file with a few TypeScript interfaces, extending, and yep. So that's cool. All right, fun stuff. So let's move on. Boy, that was great. And you know what? I actually am going to add this to that little thread I made earlier. This is interesting for anyone who wants to jump on that. Okay. One other thing, further reading. Further reading. All right, and you know how I don't know any of you who are in the Discord a few week or two ago when we were talking about note taking, and I mentioned kind of remorsefully that I don't take any notes. I know I'm not a note taker, but I think I do. I write blog posts and I tweet, and that's how I take notes on things I want to remember. That's fun. Okay. Let me get rid of this nonsense here. We'll come back. Current target. My goodness. Who would have thought? Okay, so that now we've got our error fallback that we need to type. Let me just make sure I didn't. Oh yeah, I thought I missed something. So this new Pokemon name is going to be a string. Handle select is, yep, that makes total sense. Yeah, cool. What if I said number? Is that going to catch it? Yes, thank you. Man, TypeScript is cool. Okay, error fallback. So, oh, and actually, fun fact, use state, this is implied or inferred thanks to the fact that our initial Pokemon name is typed as a string. Huh. I think technically that's what I want. That's more correct. Yep, okay, cool. So error fallback, we've got the error is any error, and then reset error boundary. Actually, hold on a second. So here's where I really, I would just love to be able to have some ability to say this function implements this interface. And let me tell you why, because error boundary exports a type for this. So type from React error boundary. And we have error boundary. No. It's in here somewhere. Let's find it. Reset error boundary. Fallback props. That's what I want. I want the fallback props. Hey, that actually will work. Thank you, whoever wrote that. Oh, it was me. Good job, me. Ta-da! Nice. Okay, Pokemon error boundary props. This can be anything that the error boundary can get. So let's see, my error boundary props with component. Yeah, I think I just want error boundary props. I think I exported that. I don't remember if I saw. Ta-da! Yes. Sweet victory. And Sebastian, just noticed you asked if I tried change event. I did, and it worked. It worked fine. But I prefer this because I don't want like change events to be like their special thing. So let me. TypeScript playground is down. It was up for me recently. Maybe it just went down, or maybe it's just down for you. Yeah, it seems to. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, maybe it was down for a second because normally I've got something else, and I thought I had. Thought I could, because is the theme the same? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was down for a second. Anyway. Yeah, change event. I'm not sure what benefit I would have on using change event over just this. So I don't know if you can explain that. But I guess the only benefit here would be that I could do this.
I think putting the specific event type you want is good anyway, because some events have specific properties that others don't. Like mouse events have like, I think X and Y, or like client X and client Y, for example.
Yeah, so I guess using, if it's available, it's better to use the specific one just to get the extra safety. But I'm curious what the benefit of, like what does this one give me that a synthetic event with a current value or current target?
I mean, like if you don't need those extra properties, synthetic event is probably better anyway, because like you can then like use it for like multiple handlers. I've done that before. I've assigned like a event handler to like a key down and a change event or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's generic and fits everything. So yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that
either
makes
approach is
sense.
fine.
Yeah, so if there was something about the change event that I wanted specifically like from the change event itself, then using change event would be better probably, I guess. Interesting that there's not a change event here that I could provide. Sebastian's still typing up his explanation, so we'll take a look when that comes in. But other than that, I think we're solid on this. I'm just going to grab this, stick it in my clipboard. Whoops. I think I need to take a little quick break or something maybe. Just don't really like the name synthetic event, and change event or mouse event is more familiar to non-React devs. That's true. But even the change event is going to be a React change event, so it's still like React specific. And it's hard to avoid learning about synthetic events when you're doing TypeScript. So I think I'm going to stick with synthetic event. Although I do kind of agree. It's kind of unfortunate implementation detail.
You try to change it to change event and then try to assign it to onClick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's take a look what that happens. If I say onClick handle change. Yeah, so that's true. Whereas if I do a synthetic event, oh, that's still going to error because this is small. But if I do, if I put it on the input, then I've got handle change. Whereas if, and that works, but it shouldn't. Whereas this one, yeah. I mean, technically there's nothing wrong. This code will run either way. But yeah, it's definitely not the intent for sure. Yeah, so there's value in that. But then it makes me wonder, like, okay, so why don't we have some way to ensure all of those? So then we could say React change event. Actually, is that valid? Can you do that? Oh, that's on. Hey, yeah, it is. So I'm getting an error because this is saying, hey, it's a change event, but actually it should be a submit event. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that would be cool if you could have like every event on React. So you could say this event handler can only be used for these types of events.
That second generic is actually for like the actual DOM event. So it'd be just change event, not React.change event. But yeah, you got the right idea.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, or what I thought was that the second one was just for, you know, because it defaults to event. But I feel like the types, it would be nice to have the types change so that I could use any React event, and then it could protect me from using it in the wrong event.
I think you could do a union
The
tree that
HTML
too.
event is input event, right? Not change event.
Oh, because technically on, wait, sorry, say that again, Peter.
The HTML event that is called by React on change is input, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because they implemented or React started with an on-change event before input event was really a thing or something, and so they just decided, oh, let's just call it change, even though change was actually only fired when you blur on an input. And now we're stuck with this. But if you use Preact, then you do have it. You have an on input and you have an on change, and they do what they're supposed to. Yeah. It's not wrong. It will run is basically the definition of JavaScript and scripting in general. Yes. That's nice. Why isn't target here the button? Sorry, I'm looking at Yago's comment here. Here, I'll bring it over. Why not? So on submit. Oh, so I think this is not based on experience, but are you clicking on the button, Iago, or are you hitting enter when you're in the input? In either case, I believe that the event that's the event that is getting fired on the form when you submit, even when you click on a submit button, I guess, because this is a submit event, not a click event. If it was a click, you could say on click, and the button would be the target. Yeah, I think that's why. Doesn't make any guarantee about underlying native event. Oh, that's interesting. Well, yeah, most of the time I don't really use the native event anyway, so we should be okay, right? Unless I'm missing what you're saying there. That's interesting. Do you have a link? Oh yeah, there, Twitter. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Oh, nice. Haha, that's fun. I didn't realize that this was on my thread. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still not sure I am on board with using React Change Event instead of just synthetic event with using current target. Yeah, interesting. I'll have to give it more time, I think. Clicking the button. It just seems weird since the button fired it. Yeah, but yeah, I guess I can understand that. But the buttons don't experience a submit event. They don't experience that. Only forms do. And so I think that's probably why. That is something to put on your wall. Write this down, stick it on my wall. If the type checker doesn't understand what I want, then the human probably won't either. I like that. That's funny. Okay, cool. I just noticed something here really quick. Okay, cool. Sweet. So I think we did all the hard stuff. I'm going to stick with the synthetic event here. And now it's all the relatively easier stuff, but I'm going to start with the tests. So let's get the tests running. And we'll see if I broke anything. I might have broken something. That's very possible that I broke something. Okay, sweet. So let's move this one over to TSX, see what happens. I'm not getting any warnings of any kind. Of course, I'm not on strict mode, but I think we're probably fine. TSX on 02 now. Nothing on here either. Yeah, do not use the Epic React Workshop tests as an example for how to write tests. You don't want to do that. Yeah, don't do these things. I literally am trying to test the implementation. So it literally is an implementation detail. Okay, so I just realized that this all Pokemon, I want to have it typed. And oh, snap. This is surprising. I actually expected to have types for this. Can't see the odds. React Workshop app server. And this re-exports dist server. Oh. Oh, no, I don't think I do have types for this at all. It's not a big deal because I don't actually. Yeah, shoot. I think I probably do want to have types for that. That'll come later. That's not going to really impact any. No, it is. I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, and if I want this, I'm going to go types DTS. Export Pokemon data. We're going to import type Pokemon data from types DTS. Oh, right. Whatever. And then grab that. And this is an array of those things. And now it's going to yell at me because, I don't know. Oh, right. Sorry. It is actually a record of strings Pokemon data. What is this complaining about? Oh, fetch stat. Oh, right. Okay, fine. Omit from this fetched at. There we go. Neat. Well, that worked. Okay, so I do want to be able to have this typed though, because this is MSW and it has great type definitions. So let's pause on this. Let's add all this stuff. Commit, checkpoint. And we're going to push this for the first time. Let me open React Workshop app. Oh, whoops, one more. Okay, I'm actually starting to feel a little, and just need to walk around a little bit. I'll be back in like a minute or two. Yeah, it won't be long.
See you later. Bye.
And we're back. All right. Hey, Jacob's here. How are you, Jacob?
I'm doing all right. Having a lot of fun at Cloudflare.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Crazy.
I'm glad that you're happy there. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'm just hanging out here doing some TypeScript nonsense for the workshop app stuff. And I ran into a problem where the React Workshop app is not typed, and I could migrate all of this to TypeScript, but I don't think I'm at the point where I need to do that. All that I need is some definitions for a couple of these files, like CodeGen. I don't think that one that one's used inside of a string of code, so that one's fine. Here, I'll show you what that's used as. It's used right here, so no types needed for that. It's kind of weird how that works. It's really cool though. DevTools. Yeah, how is that one working? I don't think that, I think actually this is only used internally in DevTools here. How is this? I can't remember now. Here, Kent, CDODs, React. Oh yeah, there it is. Boom, this thing. Oh, that's a snapshot. Oh, right. Yeah, this is generated code also. So that doesn't need to be typed either. And then we have server and setup tests and test utils. Those three will need to be typed. So that's actually pretty easy. I'll just make type definitions right here. This one will be the most interesting because test utils has actually got utilities in it. So we've got Alfred tip declare. Oh man, this is super annoying. Failed to load parser, blah, 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 blah. Do I not have dependencies installed? I was literally working on this yesterday. Oh, right. This is because this is the first TypeScript file I have in here. Snap. I need to tell ESLint to ignore these until I'm ready to actually do the full deal. So DTS. And because ESLint doesn't like changing configurations, we'll just reload the whole thing. Okay. No dice, really? Are you for real? Maybe my ignore is not matching that file. Test utils.d.ts. Why the heck? Yeah. Oh, the heck with that. Let's just install TypeScript. Nope, not as a regular dependency. This is definitely a dev dependency. Okay, and while we're waiting, we'll just endure that stupid thing popping up over and over again. Alfred, this utils, test utils, no, test utils. Alfred tip, yeah. And this accepts should throw and tip. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I think I can get away with just changing this one to TypeScript. Let's just see. And we're going to copy React testing library, tsconfig. What? Oh, that one's not migrated yet. How about Babel? Nope, that one's not migrated either. Shoot. What one's? Yeah, use deep compare effects. Deep tsconfig JSON. There we go. It ain't much, but I didn't want to type it out. Okay, so then.
So once you bought into TypeScript just a little bit, now everything's
oh no, dude.
converted.
I love TypeScript. I've always loved TypeScript forever. But yeah, it really was kind of I just needed to decide that it was okay to go open source with and instruction with TypeScript. And then it was like, yeah, just TypeScript all the things. I have not tried TS migrate. Actually, let's just see what happens if I try it in here. TS migrate. Okay. Is there like a, here's how you use this? Find instructions in the main package. That's what I want. Run individual CLI commands. Okay, so I'm worried that it's gonna just mess up a ton of stuff. Whoops, wrong project. Right here, let's move this over here. Okay, I haven't done a lot, so let's just see what happens if I go full on source. Oh, this is not gonna go well. I just know it. Oh. Well, they said it would work. I don't know why it's full. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Just get rid of the dash full. I think this is gonna destroy everything. See, they do it right there too. I don't know what that's all about. Or maybe they just they aren't aware of how you do this properly, but that's my guess. They have a bin called full. See, TS migrate, yeah, right there. So the way that this works is they are wrong on how this works. So you give it the name of the package, and if it has a binary with that same name, then it will just run that one. Or if I think it has, if it only has one binary, then it'll just run that one. But if it has multiple, then you have to give it the name of the package and then like a flag to for which command to execute, or a flag for which binary to run, or something like that. So yeah, heck with that. I don't want it to mess up my stuff. So I very rarely use generators or things like that I didn't write myself, because I'm just worried what they're going to do to my stuff. Yeah, P for the package name. Yeah. Destroying things is fun and allowed when you have get, but yeah, I've already done a couple of things. Okay, we'll try one last thing. So we'll say the package is this, and then shoot, what is it? npx help. Okay. Package, and then call. No, we want. Okay, I've got type KCD OSS. Yeah, C. Where's the C? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is call. Okay, so we're going to say package is this, and then C is going to be TS migrate full source. And you know what? Why ever not? It'll take like 3 seconds to fix this. Package TS migrate, and then C is going to be, well, I don't know how to do multiple lines for this. Great. All right. It's not going to be that fast. Dang it. So we'll just do this. TS migrate C fix ts migrate full command npx command. Doing whoops. Npx ts migrate full attempts to install the package ts for crying out loud, ts migrate full, which doesn't exist. This new version will work. Not sure how to fix the longer example below, though. How to do multiple lines with the quotes. There we go. Okay, so now it's asking me front end folder combined is recommended. Yeah, and branch and latest master, blah, blah, blah. Continue. Okay. No such file or directory. Well, okay, that was fun. We'll just not do that. And instead, we'll make sure that this is all typed properly. So should throw is going to be a Boolean or a function. Of course, we're going to need to wrap that in quotes or parentheses. Goodness gracious. Function that returns a Boolean. And the tip is a string. And that's it. Let's try a build. I think I may be missing something, but I might not. Okay. Rats. I knew it. I'm missing something. This is roll up. Path argument, type of string. Huh. Hey there, Chad M. You keep on muting and unmuting. Are you okay?
Sorry about that. Do you use any type of extensions in VS Code that'll help you get that information?
What information?
Like what types you're trying to get?
No,
You don't use it.
I don't really use any extension for TypeScript or anything. It's all built in.
All right.
But if you ever see something that you're like, whoa, what's that? You can check my uses page. It has everything. Just kentcdodds.com/uses, and it's like all the stuff. You can even look at a tour of my office, which is kind of fun. So, and I don't need that anymore.
So how far down the rabbit hole of TypeScript should one go?
As far as you need to ship your stuff, I guess.
Well, then not at all. But I mean, you personally. So you're writing your tests in TypeScript? You're writing your components in TypeScript?
Yeah, all the things in TypeScript for me. I mean, are
you using Storybook? Or if you're writing like Storybook stuff, are you writing all of that in TypeScript?
So I haven't done Storybook in a long time, but when I was at PayPal, I did Storybook for a component library that was all in TypeScript. And yeah, all the Storybook files I did were TypeScript. So yeah.
So TypeScript everything.
Yep, pretty much.
Deno on the back, Deno, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I hate that it's pronounced Dino because I think it should be Deno, but I know that it's supposed to be Dino. And yeah, I don't use Dino. It's pretty early, and that's not my primary place where I hang out is like backend is not my primary hangout spot. So I'm not really on the bleeding edge for that.
Okay. Thanks.
Marais. I'm not sure how to say your name. Is it Marais or for some reason I always thought it was Marius, but then I just realized that it's Marais. So Marais. Saying that Alfred Tips accepts a tip string but gives an undefined somewhere. Disable type checking on JS files so the error goes away. Oh, is that what this is? I don't think that's what this is. This is because the type definitions are generated properly. Yeah, is that what you're saying? Think bear, like the French thing. Bear? Oh, Marius. Is it Marius? I need you to join the Zoom chat so that we can, or the Zoom call, so you can tell me how it's pronounced because I like to say people's names right. Okay, so yeah, this is coming from rollup. Right here. Oh, I'm parsing. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, yes. I know what's going on. It's because I do have TypeScript definitions generated. However, KCD scripts acts under the assumption that your main file is going to be in TypeScript and need type definitions. Yeah. Oh, and actually, no, this is the rollup side. So this is assuming that all of the rollup-ified files are going to be typed. So I'm going to need to come back to package.json and see my scripts here for build. And my input is DevTools. So I need DevTools and index.js to both be typed. That's what I need. And you know what? I can't remember his name, but somebody mentioned that I should pin that message or that chat, whatever. I'm gonna pin it. I kind of brushed them off and said, oh, we don't need to do that. It's only relevant for while I'm streaming, but enough people have asked that it probably makes sense to just pin it and we unpin it when I don't need it anymore. So it's pinned now. Okay, so I need to convert index.js to TypeScript, and DevTools will also need to be TypeScript, and may as well make this TypeScript also. And pretty soon I'm going to just type all the things. So here we go. This callback is going to be called with nothing, and we don't really care what it's returning. So that's what the callback is. Window location. Why is this complaining? Oh, to string. How's that? How you like them apples? Okay, and then we've got Windows Cypress. I mean, I could has own property Cypress. That way I don't have to worry about fixing TypeScript. Okay, so that should work. And then, oh, here, let's just finish DevTools. Oh, snap. What's this complaining about? I think I need to install goodness sake. TypeScript, you make everything so complicated. Types, and actually this will be regular dependency. Types React, types React DOM. I think that's all actually. Did I, whoops, forgot. J Larky, I'm not sure if what your actual name is. J Larky, J. Yeah, but thank you. Yeah, I could do location href too, but
Hey, Ken.
okay. Sorry. Go. Hey, what's up? Is it?
It's Murray.
Sorry, say it again.
Murray.
Murray.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like beret, the French thing. I don't know how to
like
do
a
the fancy
beret.
T.
Oh, yeah, Murray. That makes sense.
Yeah. So sorry, the YouTube stream is a bit delayed. In that DevTools thing, when you've got a function that's returns void, there's a built-in type for that.
Oh,
which makes type stuff a bit easier.
in which one? Sorry.
In the DevTools thing, I think I saw it. It's a bit delayed on YouTube. Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's this guy. Yeah. So there's in the void where you've got a function with that returns void.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just void function as a thing.
Oh. Nice.
Yep. Just a small little tip.
Thank you. Yeah. Now it's interesting because for some reason, whenever I'd see your profile picture, I thought that you were from, I don't know where this came from, but I thought you were from Australia, but you do not sound like you're in Australia. You're in like, I don't know. Where are you from?
No, I am an Aussie. Yep, in Australia.
Oh, okay. Cool. I was right. I don't know where I got that, but nice.
Yeah. Awesome. Nice stream. All right.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, cool. So let's come over here. Styles colors is not typed because it's not in TypeScript. So that's simply changed. Ta-da! That was easy. And then here we've got these two both should be, whoops, string. Okay, let's scooch this over. Require context. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't care that much. Oh, gee. Yeah, this is going to be any.
You can try casting it.
Yeah, I think that I don't care. We're just going to say TS expect error. I do not care.
Yeah, I think you need to pull the Webpack types to get
Yeah,
that context thing.
It's not enough. Not enough for me. Yeah. Okay, but then we've got this, use local storage state. Aha! I just wrote types for this sucker over here. So let's just grab that. And all the way down here. And also, I changed the way that I import React these days. It's now import star as React. So there's that. Where was that? Use local storage state.
Future-proofing things, huh?
Yeah, yep, exactly. And I don't need this anymore. This is garbage.
So are you're doing the star React, you're not, and then are you calling React on any state, use effect? You're not destructuring out use state, use React, or I mean, use effect.
Yeah, because I don't like, there are two reasons. One is I don't like having to keep my import updated. And then the other is when you're using like your own hooks and built-in hooks, I actually really like being able to see that like very explicitly, this is a built-in hook. This is coming from React. This isn't my own thing. And then here I can see, okay, this is not a built-in hook because it's not coming off of React. So I really like that.
So since Kent doesn't like destructuring things and I do, you could still destructure things once you do a star as React. You could do a comma and destructure stuff from there. But the main thing about the star as React is there's going to be future things that React is doing that's going to become necessary. Like they have breaking changes that will affect people.
Yep. Okay, cool. So hover state. This is a mouse move event. Mouse move or mouse event. Okay. Man, ESLint, you are such a pain in the rear. Let's reload this thing and see if it just fixes itself. Please fix yourself. Okay. You ready to rock and roll? Okay, good. Well, so wait. Are we done? Did I do it all? I should be getting a warning right there. There we go. Assignment of any value. That's right. Okay, so We're going to just disable that. And in fact, I actually don't care about this either. So we're just going to turn this off completely because I don't need it to be that type safe, just a little type safe. Oh, goodness.
Pretty sure that just means that current is any
Yes.
your ref.
Well, no, current could be undefined, I think, and that's where it's.
Well, I just need to say what type my ref is, and the root ref goes onto a div, I think. Yeah, right there. So we just say HTML div.
Yeah, you can't call a function on undefined, so or null.
Event target. Oh, because an event target is not a node, apparently. It is now. Except it's not happy about that. Oh, no, there we go. I don't know why TypeScript's going so slow right now, but it is. So it's not an array type or a string type. A node list. Oh, okay. Well, who cares? Array from, I mean, it worked before, but we'll just make TypeScript happy. Okay, great. Now what do I do with this? Why is this complaining? Font weight. I guess this is supposed to be a number, evidently. Boy, that one thing right there made this whole prop messed up. It really would be nice if I could say, this is the thing that's messing it all up. Okay. And ref, what is this complaining about?
I don't think TypeScript has really like optimized for CSS and JS.
No, I think it's not. Okay, the expected type comes from property ref, which is declared here.
Do you prefer CSS over JSS?
You mean like I prefer emotion. That's where the CSS prop is coming from.
JSS is like how they write CSS within the material UI component library.
Mm.
So they use make styles with styles, and they use functions. So you're writing the CSS as methods, as opposed, in you know.
Yeah, I prefer emotion. Although in the future, if I were to do this all from scratch right now, I would not use emotion and I would use Tailwind instead. Tailwind is awesome. But I'm still happy with CSS and JS, and the CSS prop. I like that a lot. It's treated me well for a long time. Okay, I don't know why this is complaining. My root ref, I'm saying it's a div element. That's what I'm putting it on. It's not assignable to.
That's because it looks like what is that, type whitening?
So it's saying type
the problem
undefined.
is you've got undefined sent in as your use ref.
Oh, so I need to specify it as null.
Yeah, so you go or null in the type def and then put null in there.
Nice. Good call, Marius.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, because that's how the type defs for use ref are defined, I guess. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So key right here. Oh, it could be null. Yeah, that's true. All right, that's fine. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, thanks TypeScript. You saved me. This has probably been a problem for people. So that's nice. Why is this? object is possibly, there we go. Man, I don't know why TypeScript decided to go so super slow recently, but it is. LS key.
Do you have other things running right now? Like other
I mean, I've got a
VS
couple
Code maybe?
things. Chrome and I guess my email client. I can ditch that.
Yeah. You know,
And
any other VS Codes running?
yeah, nothing big.
So with your isLSKey function, because that's returning null or a Boolean, could that not just always be a Boolean?
It should be, oh yeah. Here, let's do false. So it should always return a Boolean. But this LS key,
It's because it doesn't know that it's strings in the const on 258.
yeah. So I should do array of string. Yep. And then this key, oh, right. So is LS key.
So what you can do here is do a type guard to say that that key is a string.
Well, isn't there a way to say that this returns name is string?
Yeah, that's right. That's called a type guard. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. Neat. But the challenge here is that it's not only returning that it is a string, but also returning that it starts with something. But that doesn't really make a difference, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It returns a Boolean. This so name is, well, I suppose name is string. Yeah, but this proves that that's the case. So name is string. The function needs to return a Boolean if you're doing a type guard.
Got it.
So that's basically saying it's Boolean, meaning that you're telling TypeScript that this function will execute true if the property is a string. So then inside of the next scope, TypeScript then knows, hey, that's a string. I don't have to worry about the undefined or null case.
Yeah.
Instead of false, it could be like a function. And if it returns a function, then that's false.
Yeah. The only challenge here is that now TypeScript thinks that this will always return true if it's a string, but that's actually not the case. But I'm trying to think of a situation where that
no, it's when the property is so you basically want to say that this is a key, right? So we're also going with this. So name is string. You're basically saying that name is going to be a string when the Boolean is true, which I guess is you're wanting to prove. Yeah, that's interesting because you're really just wanting to check that it starts with something.
You know what I could do here? I think what would be more accurate or more correct would be to say that you only pass a string. You can only pass a string to this. And then down here where it was complaining earlier, I just say key or type of key is a string and ls key. And that way I get the type guard right here and I don't call is ls key for things that aren't strings. And that makes it more accurate. I like that.
Then you
better.
suffer from DX though, right? Like now you have to
do
that every time.
Now I have to do that every time, but I think I'm okay with that because I believe this is the only place I call this anyway. Which actually leads me to think that maybe I don't need a function for that. But the nice thing about having the function is that I can put these prefixes side by side. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's good. Okay, so then I'm saying refresh here. Let's string this sucker. I think that's what it wanted me to do. I'm guessing. Man, why is TypeScript taking so long? Okay, now we have a change event. This handle change is on our input. So we've got a React synthetic event with HTML input element.
Nice.
And this is our current target. It's amazing. And we're going to have a bunch of these actually. There's a fair amount of duplication in this file. React synthetic event, input element, HTML, input element. And then Yeah, interesting. Okay. Huh, that's weird. There we go. Okay, and using the current target so that we know it's an input element. That's great. Okay, now index is going to be a number. Submit, handle submit is going to be a React synthetic event on an HTML form element. Oh, not form collection element. And current target. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now I can come over. Where was it? Do I have it in my clipboard interface? Yeah, there it is. Sick. So this is our request fill form. And this is going to have a request method on it and a URL match. Hold on a second. What was that? Form elements. All right. Elements. I wish that I could do this, something like that. That would be cool. Can't do that though. Okay, so then we get that. Here's my element, and now that should work. Ta-da! Sick. Now this is going to be sad. My fail config is a never array, but I don't want it to be a never array. I want to be more specific. So this is going to be an array of stuff. What is an array of? Config. It's an array of configs. Fail config. My fail config is got a request method and a URL match. That's a string. URL match is a string also. Sick. Yeah, that's great. You know when like you get into that flow and just things keep coming and it's all just landing? It's great. It's kind of annoying if your editor is going slow, like you're going faster than your editor, but it's pretty great in general. Okay, so then
I'm gonna go eat. I hope your flow state keeps flowing. Peace out.
Thanks. See you, Jacob. Get ls debug value. Now that's interesting because that was used before and I overwrote it at some point somehow. React workshop app. I'm going to find where that was used before. Dev tools. Oh, use debug value. Oh, okay. That's actually kind of handy. Let's just stick that back in right under our use state call. Okay, so this is going to be key string state TS or our state type. So we're going to need, oh, for goodness sake, I can't remember. Oh, shoot. How do you make a generic on an arrow function? Okay. So it just wanted to be weird on me, I guess. Or something. Something's weird. Yeah.
You need to equal it to something. Const function can't take Yeah, like that guy.
Oh, so it has to be extends?
Or equal, yeah.
Okay, huh. Is it just syntactic limitation?
You can actually like put a comma after T state and it'll work too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a limitation. It doesn't like if you
Yeah,
don't
that,
do
I
that,
guess
it'll
that
see it
makes
as
sense.
JSX.
It actually ends up being okay because unknown is a reasonable default here. But it's still not happy about something. But we'll just keep going. Serialize is going to be oh, right. It's going to be the same thing. Yeah, it's not happy. It is mad at me. What did I do wrong? Okay. Nope.
TS actually does unknown by default anyway, so putting equals unknown is the same as not putting it.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I thought it did
Well,
any.
in most cases.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of, actually.
Yeah. So it thinks that this is JSX.
What happens if you put the comma? Oh yeah, it's still.
That works with the comma. So if I do unknown and then comma, nope, no dice on that. Huh, that's interesting. So it works with the comma. If you don't do extends, so it'll work with extends. It doesn't work with the equals, and it'll work with the comma. Fascinating. Okay. Wait, why is this complaining? Property serialize does not exist on type. Did I spell it differently? Oh, yep, I did. There we go. Sweet. Well, all right. So then, I wonder how it knows what T state is because I'm not passing it, not defaulting it. Oh, it knows because the state. I'm passing in this state, and it's like, oh, okay, so that's going to be this state. Blah, 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 follow that along. Okay, interesting. Well, this one is done. Except I'm getting warnings still. No unsafe call. Just disable that garbage. I don't need that right now. Oh, we're going to need commas. There we go. And this one, unsafe member access. Yeah, forget that garbage. Do not try this at home. You know, all those disclaimers. This is like barely a real app anyway, so it's fine. I mean, technically is, but like if this breaks, I'm not going to lose millions of dollars every couple minutes, so it's fine. Actually, just seems like generics on function calls can't have defaults. Now that's interesting. But if I do function fun, a equals string type a, that works, right? Right? Or is that, cannot find it? What the devil? Huh, hold on a second. Yeah, okay. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, so this works. So this is just a limitation of arrow functions. You cannot default types on arrow functions. Yeah. totally can with function declarations. All right, let's tweet that out. Another learning from my TypeScript live stream today. You cannot have generic type defaults when using arrow functions, but you can with function declarations. Another point for function dex. Woohoo! I made a mistake. I forgot to include a link to my live stream. I gotta hurry before somebody asks for it. Here it is. I got it. I got it. Live stream here. Okay, fun. That's interesting. Okay, so next is I made the mistake of not just doing TSX for everything. I pretty much never want to not do TSX. The only time where I will do just regular TS is if I'm working in a project that uses 100%, has nothing to do with React. Otherwise, it's always TSX. Because the limitations on your syntax only limit you on things that I wouldn't ever care to use anyway. Okay, so, oh, great. Preval, dang it. I spent like 2 days migrating CodeGen, Preval's sibling component, sister module, to TypeScript. I don't want to do that right now. This is like how things go. It's like, oh, I need to do this. Oh, wait, that means I need to do this other. Oh, shoot, now I'm like 30 things in. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm not going to rewrite preval to TypeScript, but I am going to add type definition. In fact, actually, maybe I can get away with just maybe somebody's already written types definitions. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I think let's just check really quick. Types preval macro. If this already exists, then I'm just going to use that. Yes, it does. Sweet glory. Now I'm curious what it looks like. Uh-huh. Yeah, they only support the template, tag template literal syntax, which that's the only one I use anyway, so. And it looks like history also does not have types directly, but I'm sure it has types here. Now the question is what version, because I'm on version 4. And it looks like they are also, whoops, they're shipping version 4.7, so we're probably good there. Okay. Whew, okay. Let's go to our server also. That's going to need to be, everything is eventually going to be TypeScript. I'm sure of it. Dang it, it takes so long to get this. Okay, at least MSW is written in TypeScript, so that's nice. Default delay. This is any, because ls, where is ls defined? Let's go type u. This is going to need a string, and the default value can be unknown. And here, actually, let's go with tval u. Oh, hold on a second. I think these are only numbers. Oh, nice. Forget that. So what is this complaining about? Oh, or undefined. Mm-hmm. Wait a second. Number is, yeah. If this is undefined, then I'm going to get false, which will mean that default value. But if default value is provided, then it would be a number. So, I mean, I could do 0. I don't think that would work either, though. Oh, maybe I need to do this. Yeah, but I don't think that's what I want to do anyway. Because type of val is not equal to undefined, and the number is finite. I mean, TypeScript, can't you learn that number is finite? It's going to return false if it's undefined? Apparently not. Okay, so anyway, we've got resolve here being called, but you're supposed to call it with void, I guess. Void 0. No. Okay, why is this complaining? Oh, I guess I need to be more explicit. Promise void. There you go. Okay, so then we've got our handlers. These are going to be server handlers, and I believe I can get a import type from MSW handler, request handler. Yep, there we go. So this is going to be handlers array of these things. Sweet. Yeah, okay. So we've got a resolver. This is, how can I say that this thing is a request handler? That is the question. Or no. This is a request handler resolver, which is right there, response resolver. Is that exposed directly? Yeah. As that. Nope, no dice. Oh, as type of no, okay. See function, or let's see, const enhanced resolver. Why are you syntax complaining? Oh, arrow function. There we go. And its name. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So then we got to type this as error, which is, or wait, you have to type it as unknown. You always have to type it because for some reason, for goodness sake, has own property status. No, this is garbage. I hate how you do error handling with TypeScript. Okay, so as error. And status doesn't exist on error. Well, that's why I have a default, for goodness sake. I don't want to deal with this right now. So we're going to just TS expect error. My handling the error case bug. I don't want to deal with that right now. But this is going to complain because it's an unsafe assignment to an any value. This is going to be a number. And now that's going to complain for some other reason, I'm sure. Come on, why is it still doing that? Whatever. And then we're going to call res. Returning an awaited promise is required in this context. Why? Okay. I don't understand it, but okay, sure, TypeScript. JSON doesn't exist. Huh. Well, that's odd because I happen to know that I use that all the time. So let's take a look at this response resolver. Context type. Default context. JSON. No, JSON. 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 All right. Huh, that's weird. Context JSON. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, let's try this really quick. So if I say, actually, let's grab rest. And we'll just copy this. And then I dive into here. REST context is what I want. I want all of that, really. Response resolver with all of that stuff. Oh, for goodness sake. I wonder if I can grab that from rest.get. Yeah, okay. So let's see. It'll be type of rest.get. Now, what are you complaining about? Or maybe it's get. No.
So type off will just get you the function. It wouldn't give you any of the generics.
Oh, so I still have to pass those generic.
But you can use infer, so you can use the infer keyword to pull that type out. But this is very complicated for this line.
Oh, really? So it would not be worthwhile. So you said the infer keyword like that?
Yeah, like that guy, yeah. So you can use that to what they call unbox a type. So if you've got a generic that takes in a generic, you can pull that back out with the infer keyword.
Okay, but then I have to do a bunch of extra work for this to work?
That's right. Yeah, because you've got to basically take in a generic itself and then extend that type, putting the infer keyword in the parameter.
Oh,
and then it's like a
right.
ternary.
So the infer is only used within a generic definition.
Yeah, and it will pull back out the type, and then you can use that to do stuff with it.
Boy, sounds complicated.
Yep.
So I think what I'm going to do instead is...
But you can just grab that whole type and just not have the resolver bit type. At least the arguments will be loosely typed, I guess.
So you mean I could just grab the...
You can do a type of, and then that'll give you the string. I mean, the function thing.
Sorry, so are you meaning like this?
So constant hands, yeah, like that guy, yeah, like you had, and just put it there.
Yeah, but now I'm getting something.
Because all of your thingos are any's, but that shouldn't be the case.
But I think I need to pass, because this is a generic, and so I would need to pass. No,
they're all
defaults.
defaulted.
That
so
defaults.
Yeah, they're all defaulted for you, so they're not required. And with type off, you can't pass generics either.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. So yeah, why is it complaining then?
I think it's because the responses are any's, and it doesn't want that to be the case.
Oh, I see. Okay, so if I type these explicitly, then
that shouldn't. The type off should cater for that.
Yeah.
Alternatively, you can at the end of the function you can as it as well.
Yeah, we all love doing that. Well, let's just see if that works.
Type of, yeah.
Come on, wake up.
One bracket too low. One bracket.
Sorry?
That's the end of the try catch block. I think you need to be. Oh no, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it needs to be in parentheses. Yeah, there we go. New error. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna go. Because yeah, I'm still not gonna get those types defined for me. So, well, that's a bummer. Man, how do I have to type all this out? Okay, well, we'll just say.
Oh, I
don't know what that is. Resolver.
Your function takes a request and a response. This takes a mask and something else. Is it the same?
Yeah, I think this is a higher order or a higher level thing, maybe. So maybe I am looking at things wrong or something. Oh yeah, it is actually. So I need the yeah, what my function is it's actually the second argument to this function, not the first argument.
So you can use the parameters keyword.
Yeah.
Parameters generic. So you wrap that type of.
Whoops.
So you want the type of rest get, which gets you the function, and then the parameters, which will, yeah.
There we go. Yes, thank you. Yes, that works. Okay, so now this is upset because mock request is unknown. Rats. So it looks like, how did that happen?
Because the generic default's set to unknown.
Huh. Well,
There's
does it
no way
though?
with type of to pass generics.
Oh. But isn't it saying that I'm just grabbing the response resolver with all of these values?
But one of those is, I think it's that REST context or something that's. So if you go to the definitions of these generics, one of them will be equal to unknown.
Yeah, maybe not in here, but somewhere else.
Oh, there's an any there. Yeah, there's
really?
stuff in there that's making it.
Ah. Man, TypeScript, you make my life so hard. But also, yeah. Okay, well, I don't care enough. I really don't. Not even a little bit. So we're going to TS expect error. The request, I forgot what this was. So the mock request body type is unknown. And I don't care enough to fix that. Okay. Yeah, how about that? Okay, so then this one, yeah, we'll just disable no unsafe assignment. I should probably just, yeah. Seriously, don't do this at home, kids, but I don't have the time for messing around with this. Now, this is the whole reason I got into this mess, is because it was complaining to me on this one. And now it's that unknown thing again.
Does that library not expose an
well, this
interface
isn't
or a
really
type for
this
that
isn't the
handler?
normal way to use this library. I'm doing something weird, so
Right.
I'm not surprised that I'm running into problems. Hey, this is going back to what Sebastian said before he left, which was, I've got to look it up to quote it because it was hilarious. He said, just remember, whenever the type checker doesn't understand what you want, a human probably won't either. Yeah, that's probably true. But golly, it is really nice. So we're going to just keep going with this. Yeah, so I think that this res accepts response an array it accepts transformers that are response transformers of unknown, but this one is returning a transformer that is of string. And that's why we're getting this problem. And that is unfortunate. Man. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that I can't pass generic with type of.
Like, I guess the other way is, and this is kind of like TypeScript hacks, is to just create a function definition that looks sort of similar. But that's, yeah, once again, a lot of work.
Yeah, kind of thinking that maybe I should just do this. Yeah, then import all of these. Uh-oh.
Those are all the generics, so you got to pass those. So I think mock request was the only one that you need to import.
Oh.
Yeah, so the rest are all just
Oh,
stuff
I
you
see.
gotta...
Yeah, so the request body type. Shoot. Unknown? I don't know what that's supposed to be. Yeah, back it up. We're just gonna hack this one again. I don't want to spend any more time on this. I have things to do. Res is expecting specific transformers, expecting transformers unknown, and context JSON is giving a specific one. I don't know, that doesn't really describe it very well, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay, should fail. This takes the request, which is our, oh, for goodness sake. So Solomon is sharing some stuff here. T extends unknown, type T. So type generics on arrow functions if you give the compiler a hint.
Yeah, I commented on your tweet. If you extend something and then equal it, it'll work.
Oh, and then equal. Oh, okay. So you have to extend, and you can extend unknown, and then you can have it be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. So yeah, in a regular function, I could do that, or sorry, it'd be that. But with an arrow function, I have to do extends and then that. All right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's a half point for function declarations then. Okay, so I need to define this or get the request, but I think that's actually something I can get. Request, mocked request. There we go. So this is going to be a mocked request unknown. There we go. That's pretty okay. Unnecessary. So we stringify the body. I guess that'll never happen. I just added that out of extra safety, but TypeScript says I don't need it, so we'll go with that. Request method. Right. Okay. Request method is a string and URL match is a string. And this, I guess they want me to do that, which is fine with me. My fail, or this fail config is going to be an array of config matches. So let's just do this. Config. There we go. And then this error is going to be unknown. We just ignore it. Okay. Whew. Boy, that was a little painful. We're good. So now we can come back to the index. And this is complaining because why? Unsafe typed template tag. Well, I don't want to deal with that. Oh, ESLint was just wrong. Okay, so frame element. Conditional is always truthy. What? That is not true. Window frame element is null. It can be null. So what are you thinking? What is this? I'm guessing the types are wrong. Pretty sure the types are wrong on this one. Okay.
Someone should probably raise an issue about that. That's pretty serious.
Yeah, probably. I wonder where I'd find that. TypeScript, DOM type definitions. In fact, I wonder if I can just F12 that sucker. Yeah, this should be or null. This is
in
going
the
to be
TypeScript's own thing.
So if I go to TypeScript lib dom ts, oh, there it is. Nice. Frame element.
I think it's just loading the file still. It's a big file.
Oh. Well, I'll get a drink. Do. Come on, it's in there somewhere, right?
You've got a semicolon, a colon at the end, not a semicolon in your search.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it doesn't. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this specifically. It doesn't appear to be in here. On here, it's line 18,000 something, but this must be compiled or something. I don't know. Interface window. Huh.
Maybe it's not in master. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
That's
possible.
strange.
Yeah, and Jay Larkey over here said that they're auto-generated, so it's possible that this appears somewhere else in the source. Well, let's just find a frame element element. Frame element. Of course, GitHub is not super great for this sort of search. Block scope properties types. External frames, frame element frames. Yeah. So this is probably where it's getting generated from somehow. And it's just, wait, no, that can't be. Because the values are all going to be different. So I don't know. I don't know what this is. I mean, I guess I can always just file an issue just into the sea of 4,700 other issues. Let's just see. Frame element can be null. Nope. All right, let's just make an issue, a bug, and TypeScript, playground, L equals window frame element, or whatever, or yeah, whatevs. Or you know what, we can just do this, saying it's always going to be an element, but it can be.
You can expect the type to break the test if you want as well with a comment.
So I'd
TS
say
yeah.
TS expect. How do you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. TS expect error. Yeah.
Just give me a sec. I'll find it.
I think, is this what you mean? The TS expect error? Or no, that.
No, there's another one that you can expect the type.
TS comment expect type.
Maybe it's just the DTS lint thing instead.
Yeah, I think it is actually. So here, if we say, what's something that I could do that would
Your conditional thing, your if statement.
yeah, but that's only whatever. Yeah, okay. So if L or type of L string. No, it's saying that it's always going to be an element. Okay, well, I can't really reproduce this very easily, so. Scooby just sent this. Yeah, here we go. Thank you. Window frame element should be element or null. As noted in this comment, window frame element can be null and most often is in fact. Search terms. Window frame element. Frame element can be null. Okay. Yeah, did this ever work? I doubt it. Is there, how do you change the version? Nope. Nightly. Aha, it's fixed in nightly. Sweet. I'm not going to worry about it. Yay! I'm glad that they had their thing. Beautiful. Oh, this is locked. Never mind. I was going to give them a thumbs up. Okay, well, that's good. Good news. So it's been fixed in TS 4.2. Okay, sweet. So then we're on imports, file info, project title, backend, imports. Yeah, I've got my code gen snapshot that has an example of what all this is going to look like. So here's one file info. Type file info. So all of these, string. This is a number. This is a Boolean, and this is a number. So files info is an array of these things. And then imports is all this nonsense. It's an object, record, string, and a dynamic import function. Const foo is import blah. What is foo? Promise any. Oh, okay then. Okay,
But it's
why
a function that returns the promise though, right?
Oh, thank you. Why is this so mad? Oh, because I am not defining my types properly. Here we go. Imports that. And files info is that. Okay, there we go. Syntax highlighting is back. Okay, and we're going to use unknown. Sure, why not? We'll deal with that later. Project title is a string. Backend is an object that I can't remember what backend is supposed to look like. Oh, shoot. server. Nope, server in here. Backend, no. I can't remember all the places I use backend. Here we go. That. Handlers is going to be request handlers. We want an array of those things. Okay, so we've got handlers, quiet is a Boolean, and it's optional. Service worker config URL. This is also optional. String. And then the rest, I can't remember what the rest is. So we'll just say key string unknown. Okay, and then options. Options. Concurrent mode is one option. Boolean. And it's also optional. Options dot, I think that's the only option actually. Okay, Jay Lucky asked me a question. Why don't I read the YouTube live chat? So the reason I don't do anything on YouTube is because a bunch of racists chased me off. They were just super jerks. And I know most of you are really nice, good, well-meaning people, but YouTube just doesn't, like it's really difficult to monitor that. Like I had, made somebody a moderator and they blocked them and then they had to block them again and they logged in with a different account and then they blocked it again. It was a disaster. So that's why, that's how that happens. It's super annoying. Yeah, and so I just ignore it. I used to go in and turn it off, turn off the live chat every time I started live streaming, but that became annoying too. So now I just ignore it and I hope that people aren't jerks and I gotta get my stuff done. So that's why. And yeah, the only reason that I'm streaming to YouTube is to save the recording, which is why I don't stream to Twitch because they don't save the recording. So yeah, that's literally the only reason that I stream to YouTube. Because I think most people should just join the Zoom if they want to be a part of this, but I know that not everybody wants to join Zoom, so that's fine. And a lot of people can't join the Zoom when I'm streaming either, so it just works out that YouTube gets it recorded. So okay, so we've got lazy components. I gotta type this to be a record of string-based file path, and then a React lazy type of React lazy. No.
Lazy component. Yeah, that guy.
Lazy. Is that what it's called? A lazy exotic component?
Yep, that's it.
Fancy.
And it just wants the props, but you can just send any to that.
Yeah, and no explicit any. Well.
Or unknown, yeah.
There we go. Okay, so now this is complaining because, it needs to be default component type any. Yeah, that's okay. We can do that. Yeah, where is that? Right here. I think I need to do this.
It's still a promise. It's still a promise that
returns
returns
right.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And unknown.
You can get fancy here and get the array of imports to take a generic of props, and then you can pass that through to this guy as well. But
Yeah, the array of imports is generated through this code gen file. So it actually, it's right here where we get all the imports from the file system. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how it all works. So that wouldn't be possible. So we're just going to say any. Whoops. And then we'll just no. ESLint, disable that. And actually, I'm thinking that I'm going to just disable this rule entirely. I can understand why you'd want to enable this on a team of inexperienced developers who are like, don't know when it's okay to use any and when it's not or whatever. But for me, in my projects, if I'm using any, I've thought about it. So anyway, we're going to take a quick break from this one. I'm going to dive into our React app. And I knew I was going to rewrite all of this in TypeScript. Eventually, everything will be TypeScript. React app, TSX. Face paint. Types face paint. Yay. And React Router DOM, I'm sure, has types. Surprised it's not shipped with React Router DOM, actually, but assets logo. Oh, great. This also needs to be TypeScript. And props, size, string, color, string, stroke width, number. And the theme, use theme. Yeah, theme. Import theme from types. Did I have types? I thought I had a types thing. Well, I do now. Why is this not happy? Oh, save that. Oh, and export theme. There we go. Okay, and this is complaining because man, I never understand this rule. Sure doesn't look like an assignment to any value. I'm guessing that is an ESLint issue. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And this is going to complain about, no, maybe not. Oh, because color can be optional and so can size. Okay, hold on. Let's do. Unsafe assignment. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, man, ESLint, you're the worst. I mean, just kidding. Hardworking engineers built it and they did a great job and they're awesome. Okay. Hooray. So our logo is done. I like it when it's easy. So let's bring in our theme. Oh, actually, you know what? We can get rid of this types nonsense. I didn't like it anyway. We'll just put that directly in here. And in fact, I think we could do it. No. Here, we'll just do this. Actually, I wonder. Is that going to break? No? Ah, yes, it does. Good. Sweet. So we're going to just say type theme, this type of that, and export theme. Why is this complaining? Oh, right, because I did this. Why is this complaining? Oh, export type. Yeah, that's what I want to do anyway. That makes sense. Great. So now we can come over, where was it? To the logo. That's right. There we go. Nice. And, oh, right. Does this return a theme? I guess it does. Guess we could be more explicit. Nice. Okay, cool. So then I can come in here and right around here we'll import type theme from theme. Actually, I don't know if I even need that type, so let's get rid of that for now. Number is, yep, it's going to be a number. Element is an HTML element. Boy, I sure wish that TypeScript wasn't running so slow. Okay. Nope, that is not the case because the offset parent could be null. So why is TypeScript not happy about that? Const foo is a string. Oh, hold on. We say or null. Yeah, that's why I was complaining about this, because it wasn't assignable, but now it is, and now that's happy. And oh, and just a regular element. There we go. That makes sense. Boy, my goodness, why is...
You can just put an exclamation mark at the end of offset parent.
Ah.
That will hopefully get rid of that error.
So this is like the non-null assertion, right?
Oh, it just doesn't exist on elements. So I think it has to be HTML element like
Oh,
before,
okay.
but then cast it because it's saying offset parent doesn't know
Got
if
it.
it's HTML or not.
Okay. There we go. Thank you. Great. Okay, now render React app. History. This is going to be type of history. Let's see, port type. What are, yeah. Project title is a string, files info. Oh, great. There's an array of file infos, and that's in here. So we are going to need that types thing after all. And the imports probably too, I think. Imports, nope. Okay, anyway, let's grab that. Port type info from types. Okay. And let's grab that from here. So this is going to be an array of those file info things. And lazy components is a record of these things. Okay. There we go. And GitHub repo URL is a string, and render. I don't even know what render is. I think it's a function. Render. Render. What is render? It is a function that accepts the UI and the element, and then it returns an unmount function. UI is a React, it's a React element. Yep. And element, HTML element, and it returns a void function. And what is this complaining about? Can't find that. All right, well, let's get it imported then. Whoops. Okay, now exercise info. My goodness. This is really stupid. I don't want to do this. JSX frag pragma is required. Yeah, sort of. Not really, though. Let's see. React fragment. Whew. It's nearing the end of the day for me. Okay. I'd really love to be able to finish this, but that is not going to happen. Got too many props to type. Why is this complaining? Oh, it could be null. Let's just say it's not null. Is that how you do that? I've never used this. This is a non-null assertion, right? Just saying, oh, it's forbidden because I said you can't do that. Well, I'm saying you can. Okay, and why is this complaining? Oh, component stack. Yeah, we don't get the component stack anymore. At least in the latest version we don't, and I don't think that we have the latest version, so yeah. Or I think we do. Okay, so the error fallback. This is fallback props. Let's get that from import from React error boundary type. There we go. The logo, apparently the size can be a number. Oh. Okay, and the theme. Nope. Oh, crap. What is this supposed to be? I'm pretty sure that's div. Goodness, coming back. Oh, that was actually theme from theme. There we go. Okay. Exercise. Final. File info. Instruction. Load files. This can be instruction or parenter or final or exercise. Example, you know what? Could be a lot of things, I think. Yeah, so we'll just put it back as a string. Okay, well, so why is this complaining? Does not exist on. Huh, that's weird. I thought that this means that we combine these two types so that this is like a merge of those two. There's type fest that has a merge thing. Maybe that's what I need. Thought that's what this does. Okay, well, I'll have to come back to this. Okay, this is TS. TypeScriptify things. Man, this is no fun. We're gonna add a type check. KCD scripts type check. Oh, and we want to add types. Okay. Jay, I just saw your comment. Are you talking specifically about the types that I'm writing, or are you talking about like more generally? The question is like, is it wrong to think that a lot of the types are sort of straightforward and doesn't really help you out? Yeah, specifically mine, a big part of me feels like lots of this is unnecessary because this stuff works and I don't really expect to break it or make big changes to it. You know, like, or sorry, I should say, I don't expect to make small changes to it where types would help me. If I were to make a change, it would be significant enough that I just like delete everything. But yeah, that's what I was wondering, is if you were saying generally. And for generally, I think that most of the time, I don't know, I feel like I do weird things a lot. And if I were writing this from scratch, like with TypeScript from the get-go, I don't think that I would have done things the way that I am doing them now, and it wouldn't have been such a pain. So I don't know. I think that TypeScript, and especially in a code base that's really evolving a lot, I think TypeScript can be really, really helpful. I would definitely suggest using it in a code base that you have like multiple developers, like a team of developers, and they're changing things all the time and stuff. I think that going without TypeScript is not as great as it could be. So anyway, that's it for me today. Didn't really do what I wanted to. I probably should have just said, no, we're not going to TypeScript this, and just made some type definitions. But you know what? I'm learning stuff about TypeScript and getting better. So that's good. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a merge utility right here or something. But anyway, it's fun. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, if you want to be notified of next time I live stream, then join the Discord. Go to kcd.im/discord Kent live, and that's an invite to the Discord server. This is where we do the chat and stuff. And if you want to, you can go to the roles channel and add yourself to the role to be notified of when I'm live streaming, or you can use the bot command to know which roles you have and add and remove roles. So anyway, this is fun. Thanks for hanging out.